Excited to come on this live broadcast. As you can see, my beautiful guest right here, Wendy Pat, is with us. And excited to have you, Wendy. Take a moment and introduce yourself.
Well, Adnan, thank you so much for having me live here with you today. I appreciate the time. Yes, my name is Wendy Pett. I'm a naturopath, and I am a wife and a mom, and live up in Minnesota. But I'm a Texas girl. I grew up in Texas, and I actually have a it's my ministry is what I call it, but it is a business. But it's really helping women get into their healthiest, best self and mind, body, spirit, and even emotionally. So we do that through nutrition and exercise and mental practices and spiritual practices as well. So that's what I do, and I think that's why you have me on today.
Absolutely. And I was going to say that you're a health guru, right? Can we say that?
I guess if you want to,
Have you been called?
I'm passionate about health, and I always have been. But it's not just health in the sense of
Health and wellness.
it's health and wellness and it's fitness. It's the holistic approach, right? And that's why I really dove in and became a naturopath, because I like the holistic approach to healing. And I believe that God has given us everything that we need to be healthy, whole, and complete. We just need to know who we are in Christ, but also dive in and utilize the tools that we have, and take action to get that healing.
Absolutely. I mean, I was going to say earlier, you teach people how to do push-ups accurately. So,
Correct. A little
now,
bit of that too, yes.
yes, here I'm going to bring your website on,
Oh,
Wendy,
and our podcast, yes.
and your podcast. So you have the website, and then you have the media, and then people who wants to know about you, they can go into about, and then meet Wendy. And then I want to talk about today, visibly fit. This is what we were earlier talking about, and there you are. So
Mhm.
let's talk about the visibly fit, how people can achieve peace of mind, wellness, and and spiritually be
Yeah.
fit.
So, I've been practicing for over 2 decades, and most people that I typically work with women, but most women that come to me are looking to lose weight. Like that's their main thing. Just I want to lose
Yeah.
weight. But what most people don't realize is that there's so many layers to that weight existing on your body to begin with. And so we have to unpack the reasons why they do what they do, and how to get rid of the unhealthy habits and replace with healthy habits, and really understand maybe just those deep wounds that have kept people in that self-sabotaging place to begin with. And so it's a little bit of doing some heavy duty work. It's not just a diet. It's not just bringing in some exercise. That is a big part of the equation, but it's so much more. And I always talk about how health and fitness, the key to that is the F word, and that is forgiveness.
Oh, okay.
I know it usually takes people by surprise when I say that, but that's the point. But
Yes,
most people just really don't realize, wow, this is
yes.
deeper than I even thought.
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
when we can dive into those deep wounds and what's kept us in a place of destruction, then we can begin to acknowledge it, and then we can start to heal from that and forgive, and take actions to lead a healthier, happier life, and as God intended. So
Yes. Mandy, I want to ask you specifically discipline, how do you forgiveness is a important part, but how do you discipline yourself?
that's a great question. And everybody is wired a little bit differently, right? Some of us
Yeah.
need uh, other people to push us,
Yeah.
and just keep on us. But honestly, I believe that discipline really occurs again when we know who we are in Christ, and when we understand that health and wellness is more like, if we could see it more as an act of worship, than as like, "Ugh, I gotta go to the gym," or, "Ugh, I gotta eat this salad again." It's like, I
Yeah.
get to work out. I get to eat this life-giving food that's gonna fuel my body best to give me the energy so that I can glorify my creator and
Yeah.
have more, of a vehicle that's gonna operate at its optimal level to do what you're called to do while you're here on this on earth taking up space. And we don't want you to take up space. We want you to do the very gifting and calling that the God's put on your heart.
Yes. You say your body is your gym. How
Yes.
come?
Because I don't incur. I mean, if you do, that's fine. But for the last 2 decades, actually, to give you just a little snippet, I was in a snowmobile accident over 2 decades ago, and was on the sled going about 55 miles an hour. I got off of the trail, hit a snow-covered culvert, and went flying through the sled and hit a tree head on, and broke my clavicle, tore a bunch of shoulder muscles. Anyway, long story short, the orthopedic surgeon wanted to do surgery on my shoulder to heal the injury, but I was able to rehab my body naturally by doing the exercises that I teach today. And so, what does that mean? It means I teach a lot of moving isometrics, which sounds like an oxymoron because we know an isometric is like one arm working against the other, right?
Yeah.
Opposing strengths working against each other, but it's moving isometrics. I've been teaching this for 20 years. They help you prevent injury. They will heal injuries. They will help you get stronger, more lean, and they don't put stress on your joints, tendons, or ligaments. And that's the big thing, especially as we get a little more mature
Yeah.
in years. We want to make sure that we're using, being smart with how we're working out and not damaging our body more.
Absolutely. So, how can people be part of Visibly Fit? You do a course, right? Is there a
I
course, or is
do,
that a
yeah.
journey that people can take on?
Yeah, it's definitely a journey. It's a 7 week course that I bring people on to really give them knowledge, give them understanding of what certain foods do to the body and how to really operate in our best optimal health by taking care of our body naturally, how that looks. So there's education modules. We have mindset exercises, spiritual growth exercises. Food is delivered to your door and part of this program. We have coaching, and that is a big piece of the equation, the coaching and the community, because so many people just feel like they're alone in this journey. They feel like they're just too far gone, and they're just going to be the way they are. And when they get into a community and they see other people that may have similar struggles or that are overcoming uh, their obstacles, it gives them hope to overcome their own. And so it's just a beautiful thing when you have that accountability and community along with the coaching each week to get them to that next level of their health and their healing. And that's a big piece of it. That's healing. It's a
Yes,
healing opportunity.
absolutely. Is a coffee good for your body? You should be
I
drinking
would say
coffee every
no,
day.
that's not on the list. Caffeine really messes with our adrenals, messes with our hormone levels. And so
Well,
look at your mouth. You're like, shocked.
yeah,
So coffee is actually not on the plan. And that's a big one of those things that let people panic about because a lot of our foods and drinks that we've eaten or drank over the years, it's been like a either it's customary or it's just ingrained in who we are. Maybe we had this certain food or coffee with our family. In our neurological association, it's about being part of a tribe, right?
yeah.
It makes us feel good. It's comfort food, but really, it's counterfeit comfort. What we want
Mm,
is real energy. We want lasting, sustainable energy, and caffeine is going to just take you up and then drop you down, just kind of like sugar, right? We want energy that's going to keep you plowing and going through and through. And you need the right phytochemicals and phytonutrients in your body, and that's what we want to encourage you to bring into your lifestyle.
absolutely. I don't know if you're gonna hate me for putting this
I'm
video
seeing
up.
that.
video up, but here you are and gonna be teaching people. Is that a okay video or should we just take it down? So
That's fine, sure.
yeah, so how you
I'm
gonna
probably
be
talking a little too much there.
yeah, so how let's do a fast forward and
Yes,
let's see
fast forward.
what you do right there. So and so people can learn uh,
Just
some of the
techniques, right?
some of the good techniques to like there
Yeah.
we go.
So it's a lot of balance, it's
So what are you doing
coordination.
right there?
So this is a great abdominal crunch, okay? But you're also engaging the entire body because you are working and using those small twitch fibers in your body to keep your body balanced and stable. And a lot of times as we get older, we tend to lose our balance and flexibility. All that is so important to be a healthy individual. And I think a lot of that is just kind of put on the wayside until you're at a point where like, oh my gosh, I've lost my flexibility or I don't have my balance and you fall. That becomes problematic. So we want to prevent that. And that's what a lot of the visibly fit exercises do. They help you to prevent injury, help you to be strong for strong, lean, and be equipped for just functional living, having a
Wow.
functional lifestyle.
And here, the last question on the stretching part and
Sure.
the exercise. What are you doing right there?
Okay, so right there, I'm actually doing, we're working the entire body all as one unit. So you can see that I'm doing
Wow.
a one-legged, half knee bend there, but I'm also using that mind muscle connection as I'm using quote unquote weights in my hand as I'm pulling down, right? And I'm using my biceps, triceps. You're working your chest, your back, your legs, and then the core where I'm doing a crunch at the end. So it's amazing the techniques that you can use to really get in a great workout. You don't have to go to the health club, right? Your
Yeah.
body really is your gym. God's given us
Wow.
everything that we need.
That is amazing. So yeah, see what you did right there? Your body is your gym. You come
Got
around
that?
and yes, your body is your gym, and that's amazing. So how can people uh, take the journey with you? Is there a cause that people can join with you, and what way that your uh, course helped people? More like a testimonial point.
Yeah. So, if people are on medication, it helps people get off medication. I've had one patient that was on high blood pressure meds for 12 years, and she got off of her high blood pressure meds in 2 weeks of being on the Visibly Fit program. I had another woman that 11, 12 years, it seems to be a theme, 11, 12 years. She had endometriosis, was in horrible pain, had over 25 medical treatments. It didn't work. Doctor said she would never have children, and now she is fully pain free. And that was after just a week or so of being on Visibly Fit, pain free, med free, and she now has a 2-year-old daughter. And so there're these miraculous stories, and yet they're not because God is in the business of healing his people if we are doing our part. And so he's given us again what we need to be healthy, whole, and complete. We just need to do it. So yeah, you can go to wendypet.com. That's WENDIEPETT.com. I do have a 7-day plan where you can learn my 7 by 11 core foundational exercises that are the staple. And that will really get you involved in understanding what Visibly Fit is all about and how it works. And you also get a 7-day meal plan. And that's kind of a good place just to start. And that's for free. So just go there. Go to wendypet.com, sign up for that 7-day meal plan and workout routine, and then let's get to know each other. Right? Let's start to see where are you at. Do you want to learn more? Go deeper. If so, go to getvisiblyfit.com. That's where you can get the 7-week course. That's where the life changing stuff happens. And so that's my goal for you. Is it an investment? Absolutely. But you have a full year where you have access to this course. So you don't just do it for 7 weeks, you can do it multiple times within the year. And you have coaching community. It's just a beautiful thing. And I've seen lives changed. I've seen people release 100 pounds within that 10 months time frame. But I've seen people release with, and I say release because it's about releasing unhealthy emotions attached to that unhealthy weight. But I've seen people release as much as 25 to 35 pounds within that 7-week course. So it's amazing when you again have the right tools and the right plan in place and accountability and coaching, how people can really thrive. And so if you're ready, I'm ready to do it with you.
Wonderful. That is great. And here the website right there, wendypat.com.
Yeah.
Although my pronunciation is a little bit different, but again, you got the visual right there. So go on the website, and Visibly Fit is the place, to go. And then sign up for the course, Visibly Fit. And I'm sure that you will get the help. I think in America, this is the very first time I'm going to say that. I think obesity is a problem. Is that correct? So,
100%. Obesity is a massive problem, and heart disease is at an all-time high, of course. We are killing ourselves because of the unhealthy standard American diet here in America. And it doesn't have to be that way. We can learn new habits, we can break the addiction of unhealthy foods. And it just takes, again, understanding and knowledge. I mean, we all know we're smart people. We know that hamburger and fries is not good for us. But if we really understood the connection of what it's doing to our body and internally, if we could flip our body inside out and see how it's operating internally, we would stop the insanity and understand that we are called to rise above the 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 processed food industry. They just want your money, and healthcare and um, the pharmaceutical companies. They just want your money. They don't want you well. And so it's up to us to educate ourselves and to be into a different level of thinking and be smart and
but
start
Wendy,
to
they
flip our
come up
body
with a
health.
so great deals,
Oh, the
right? Two
deception.
Big Mac for $2, or you
It's
know.
horrible. It's horrible. Yes, they will make it so affordable that you can't you're like, "Yes, okay, fine. I'll get sick because it's cheap. Cheap to
Yeah,
get sick." But then is it? You
yeah,
gotta go and pay for all the medical treatments to try to get well again and go through all the
yeah,
process of so
yeah.
you gotta understand that you're worthy. You're
Mm,
worthy of taking the time to care for yourself well. And most importantly, our Creator is worthy. This
yeah.
is, again, an act of worship and how we are to care for our body, mind, body, and soul.
So, bye
So
bye
ditch that
coffee.
coffee, Adnan.
Yes, no more, no more coffee.
Caffeine free tea, water.
Oh, tea is good, right? Tea,
Caffeine-free
water,
tea, sure, water,
and
definitely. Our body, most people are dehydrated
yeah,
and don't
after the
even
coffee,
realize
right?
it. Yeah, ditch the coffee, and that's a diuretic.
Mm,
So,
yeah.
for every coffee you're drinking anyway, you need a couple glasses of water to replenish the hydration.
Oh, yes, you're absolutely. Do you drink coffee?
I
Your
do not.
husband?
Yeah. No, my husband, I'm not gonna throw
Oh,
him under the bus, but I do not.
we're gonna get along very well then, because of the great coffee. That's awesome. Hey, thank you, Wendy. I appreciate you for coming on this live broadcast. How can people get connect with you and also watch your podcast and all the fancy moves that you do?
All the fancy moves, huh? You're like doing karate. That's good. Yes, definitely go to my YouTube channel. It's Wendy Pet. Go to the Visibly Fit podcast. Tune in. I've got a lot of great guests on there. It's not just me sharing from a naturopathic standpoint. I've got other doctors and physicians and chiropractors on the show. So you're going to glean a lot. So whatever your favorite listening platform is, go. Follow the podcast, share
Yeah.
it, but definitely YouTube as well. Subscribe. And also, my husband and I have a podcast called Your Biggest Breakthrough, and it's a powerful podcast. So please tune into that as well.
Absolutely. I'm gonna bring that. I think I saw that right there somewhere when I go into the podcast. Let me just bring that up. There you go.
Yeah,
So if you go into the podcast, and there we go. Is that's the podcast you're talking about?
that's
Your
it.
biggest
Yep.
breakthrough?
Yeah.
And
And the other one
clicking
is Visibly
on
Fit.
that, and then all these platforms, your podcast is available, which is awesome. Well, you guys both look great. That means you guys work out daily, right? Daily workout is good workout, right? It's good.
Definitely. Got to move that body. Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Mandy. I
Thank
appreciate
you for
you
having me.
for coming on this live broadcast. God bless you, and looking forward to having you back on.
God bless you. Thanks, Adnan.
Hey, make sure you share with your family, friends, because we want to get as many people as on this live broadcast. And I hope that you enjoyed this health lesson. I feel like it's a lesson that we need to learn, and no more coffees. And make sure you share. Thank you so much. God bless you.